but I can't let you go without talking about your film, The Growth Experiment.
Oh.
I told you when we met I was going to throw it in there.
Oh man, and again, that's something else which is more than 20 years old.
Yeah.
And still talked about. And
especially this day and age, like with the superhero movies and stuff, and She-Hulk, and it's like if someone does, research or something like that, that should come up on Google somewhere.
Yeah. And my YouTube stripteasey thingy that I did in my office clothes.
You know what? Again, this week I've been doing my research and stuff, and I seen that back in the day, and I forgot about it. Then like this week, is doing my research, I was looking at some of your old contest videos and stuff, and I hope you don't mind some of that. I kind of want to put in this video for contrast, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. Okay, yeah, that was dope. Never came the idea. That was genius. So how did the Growth Experiment movie, like how did that even come to be? Like did they just call you up and was like, hey, we got this crazy idea for a movie. We think you'd be perfect in. Just hear me out.
Yeah, so I'm trying to remember exactly how it all came together, but I think, because that's all films. Mm-hmm. So Steve Schibelli is behind all films. And so, I could be totally wrong because my brain tends to tell me all kind of stupid things now that I'm older and I just make it up.
Yeah.
When I first went to Greece for the World Championships in NABBA, I met John Nafleotis, who was from Women's Physique World.
Okay.
He was one of
remember that magazine, yeah.
Yeah. He was friends of the people who the American competitor was traveling with. So she had this group of people with her, and John had gone, so he was obviously like, oh, okay. Because he knew the big girls were with NABBA.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, opportunity. So I met him, and then obviously the community behind female bodybuilding, the people producing the videos and everything, is very small.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that we met him through them, but I think we met at the Picturing the Modern Amazon, which I don't know if you remember that Laurie Fernstein put together in like 2000.
It was a book, right?
No, it was a whole exhibition. She did a whole, it culminated in a book.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so she did.
Didn't some of the ladies go on Geraldo for that? Like, that was part of the promotion thing, I think, right?
Oh, the part that I had in it was essentially it was the opening of the exhibition.
Okay.
So we went to the Museum of Modern Art.
Okay.
In New York, and we were like live exhibits.
Oh wow! Okay.
We were in. I can't even remember what we were wearing, but we were posing live at this show, and people were having cocktails and walking around, and we were like alive. It was. I mean, it's probably one of the most awesome experiences because it wasn't competition, and it was able to we weren't in comp shape.
Yeah.
She said, "Come in whatever shape you're comfortable." Somewhere in between, because I had to fit in with I didn't want to be I would have loved to be in comp shape, but so, and then there was another show that we did as well, and I think I have some footage from that, but it had art, it had I guess comics and stuff like that over the years, just anything portraying female muscle.
Okay.
She had images from the 1920s of some of the first women that ever weight trained.
Yeah.
Bev Francis did do something. Laurie herself had been a bodybuilder and she got in shape for it. But the actual exhibition with all of the artwork and everything related to it, I think was around for about 6 months.
Okay.
But for the opening night, we did that.
That's okay.
That particular thing, and I have a feel because Steve was he lived in right in New York.
Okay.
Maybe that's when we met him or something. But you got to say it's a small kind of a crowd, and with email and internet and everything going on at the time, it was very easy to communicate.
Yeah.
So we knew that all films produced those kind of films. So obviously the discussion come up of doing something like that. I think. The intention for me was that I had wanted to be in a little bit better shape for it.
You looked tremendous to me. But I get it. It's the mindset of bodybuilders,
But there was some serious rebounding after a comp and a whole bunch of other things.
Okay.
But anyway, it suited what I ended up doing. But that was planned because a lot of the filming was done on one of the other women. I don't think he was part of Women's Physique World, but he was like super close to the guys that were part of it. Actually, no, he was the Valkyrie guy.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm trying to think what his name was, but he had a whole like farm out in Pennsylvania, so we did a lot of the filming there.
Okay.
So everyone was connected. So we spent a week there after the Dallas Europa, and we did that. And I figured at that point I really can't act. It was not my strong point. But it was hard work because it is a lot of the time in shooting.
That we were talking about earlier.
And what has to get put in to go create that. But
then reshooting certain scenes and getting different angles. I tell you, my friend that does acting and stuff, and she tells me about it, she's like, and one of these days she's going to invite me once she gets permission to the movie. So she's like, what I do with photography and podcasting is totally different from movies and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I could imagine. I've seen behind the scenes stuff with like DVD extras and stuff, and it's like I can only imagine the growth experiment, even like the shirt ripping scene. It's like, give him another angle, and it's like, they gotta give you another shirt or something. Yeah. You gotta go through the flex all over again. Like,
how many shirts and we did talk about doing a remake of it when I was competing. It would have been like 2014 or something. But
around the Olympia time-ish?
Maybe it was the year before, but it was after the Florida show. We were trying to do something, but it was not good timing, so we never actually managed to get that together again.
Okay.
But Steve and I had talked about, doing another version of that, because, there is even though I'm horrible at acting, there's a part of me that thinks that it'd be, it was a lot of fun.
As long as you had fun, that's the beautiful thing about it. Because like my same friend, I keep bringing up, like, she wants to do her own movie, and I'm not an actor by any means, but I consider myself a funny guy. And there's a scene that she wants me to be in that involves like a sarcastic ass park ranger, and I'm like, I could probably do that. Like I put on an outfit and talk some bullshit to people or something. And I was like, can I ad lib? Like, whatever you write for me, like, I'm gonna stick to that. But if I think of something funnier or something or more witty, she's like, yeah. She's like, as soon as I get the money and do it, you'd be a perfect guy. I was like, okay, I can do that. But I think that movie was for me. It's like it's some things on film really don't involve acting per se, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the lady who is me before I take the group
the scientist, right?
She actually was an actress.
Okay,
she was a real actress. I mean, that was her thing, and I don't know where they cast her or where they found her, but there was her and I was basically the main things, and I think Steve's in the movie as well.
Okay.
But he, All Films is known for doing those type of movies and other things, but that was. That a lot of good memories, but it was a solid hard week, harder than just doing your flexing movies and stuff like that. But
because I talked to one of my bodybuilding friends. Now I don't know if you heard of Asha Hadley. She's competed. She recently retired like a year or so ago, but she's been in Olympia a couple of times. She's based out of here in Houston, and she says like even flexing could be hard work. And it's like you in that movie doing it over and over again, and then with the chains and the stuff and the ripping of the stockings and stuff. I'm like, that cinema right there. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
But no, I mean it's Steve not just doing the films, he actually a really good photographer as well. Because one of my favorite shoots was after the Toronto Pro, and I think it actually is even I changed it now. For a very long time, it was my Facebook picture, one of the photos that he had done there, and just everything come together on the time for that particular photo shoot. But it's the people that were around at the time, and I think still around now, because as I said, I know they kind of re-released it because I had to re-sign all of the paperwork and everything to let that out again. But
nice.
Very, 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 very cool, and to have the opportunities that I had because of my body is very cool.
No, absolutely.